Today we're going to take a look at how different camera angles and lenses can change the way that you appear on camera. I'm not sure if you realize how much storytelling you're doing just by changing the angle or lens. So let's go through some different examples and talk about what storytelling or what signals we're giving to the audience and how we can use that to our advantage. So first of all, right now, we have a neutral level camera angle. It's not pointing up, it's not pointing down. This is just neutral. And this is probably the one that people should be using oftentimes, where you just want to be at the same level as the audience. You're not trying to, force any narrative or opinion or storytelling. We're at the same level. Now, this isn't the one that I use all the time, but this angle is the least susceptible to interpretation. There's not really any signaling going on here. Let's look at a different one. Now we have the camera up high and we're pointing down, and notice how different this feels right away. This makes me look small, kind of insignificant. If I was, hoping for some sympathy, telling a sad story, this might be a great angle. But it does make me look like, not much of an authority figure. Like, can I trust this guy kind of thing? I look weak. There's a bunch of signals that are happening to the audience right away. Notice also now you can see the ground a lot. And so that can be problematic sometimes, not in terms of storytelling, but I guess it's also storytelling. But if it's just a mess and like you can't clean it up or you don't want to, this is tricky. I find a lot of times when you show the floor, it just looks very messy. And so that's another byproduct of shooting down. But if you're trying to convey vulnerability, insecurity, or you're trying to get empathy from the audience, this might be a great angle for you. So this angle is the one that I personally use most often. It's just slightly pointing up, not drastically or anything, but it does a few things. It gives me a little bit more authority. It makes me look a little bit more like I can trust this guy. He knows what he's talking about. Gives you a little bit of like power. I think it embodies a little bit more confidence than if I was even slightly pointing down. It makes it feel a little bit like I'm smaller. And then we go just slightly pointing up. Now this feels a little bit more like this is someone who knows what he's talking about. So in general, I like to use this sort of thing. I don't go neutral. I actually point just slightly up. I think it makes things feel a little bit larger than life. And that makes it, for some reason, more interesting to me. And notice almost all of the ground is kind of being like cut out of the frame. And that, again, cleans it up just quickly. We could go even a little bit further if the floor was real dirty. If it was just a mess, I had just, unboxed a bunch of stuff and I didn't want to put it all away. You don't see really any ground. And we're getting it's not too imposing, or it's not like, I'm not condescendingly looking down or anything like that. But it gives me a little bit more authority. And I think this is a really interesting technique for when you're trying to teach things or just, convey the sense of confidence and like what you're talking about. And then finally, you can be pointing pretty straight up. And this makes it feel like I am strong, powerful. I'm kind of like dominating over you. Which can be good in some senses. It can make it feel like they're a hero. I just achieved something. Like, yes, I did it. It can feel really like this guy is a hero. He's strong, powerful. But it can also be a little bit menacing. Like if I'm just talking down to you, it can feel a little like, I don't like this. So you're sending different signals right away just by changing the angle of the camera. Notice also now we only really see the ceiling, which to me can get a little bit boring because there's not really much going on in the ceiling usually. But again, if you're trying to, tell a specific story point of like, I can't believe I just accomplished the crazy thing, this might be a great angle to convey that right away off the bat. A lot of people think about things like, is it flattering to me when they're talking about camera angles, like people take like selfies from up high. I don't care about that sort of stuff at all. I care much more about what is it conveying to the audience. And if I'm always, filming myself down, it makes me feel small and weak and like I don't know what I'm talking about. This gives me authority in like the strongest way you can with camera angles. Then let's talk about lenses. So right now, this is a 16mm focal length on a full frame camera. So this is very wide. I'm like a foot away from the end of the lens. I'm really close to the camera. And you feel like you're in the same room with me. It feels very intimate and close. I think this is an interesting focal length, like a really wide one. Especially when I started doing YouTube, I specifically filmed most of my stuff like this because I wanted the viewer to feel like they were in the room with me and I'm teaching them or I'm showing them a piece of gear or whatever it is. I like the sense of intimacy, but it also does look a little bit goofy in a way because facial features are exaggerated a little bit. Everything's a little bit stretched out, which also adds for, like the background is more dynamic and all that kind of stuff. But it doesn't feel as serious. So that's kind of a downside of filming super wide. It's kind of, there is this sense of like, oh, we're just like having fun here, playing around. Versus later on, you'll see when we zoom in, it feels more serious. So let's do that. Let's go to a 24mm, which is actually my favorite right now. Okay, so now we're at a 24mm. This still feels like we're pretty close. I'm about 2 feet away from the camera now, maybe a foot and a half. And then we get this nice medium shot, and it feels like we're connecting pretty well. But it does start to feel a little bit more kind of serious or cinematic. It looks a little bit more legit than that like super wide feeling. So this to me is like the optimal right now. I prefer a 24mm 1.4 for anything talking head. If I had to choose one, this would be it. This is f2.8 right now. So 1.4 would just have more shallow depth of field, background blur, which just separates me from the background more. And especially if I go, this far now, I'm about 5 feet from the camera, the background would be much more blurred out, and that would be a really nice effect on the 24 like this. And so that's kind of what I prefer right now. Let's go to a 35mm. Now we're on a 35mm, and to get the same kind of medium shot, I'm like a good 3 feet, maybe even a little bit more from the camera. And it's starting to feel now more like I am watching someone. This is how a lot of movies, for example, are filmed. We're kind of on the outside looking in, and we're not there with them. And it's starting to look more serious, more cinematic in some ways, but I feel like the connection between us is now starting to drop off. And so like, obviously if I was, talking to somebody else, this is great. But if I'm talking to you, I don't feel as close. And to get close to you, I had to come really close. And now it just feels a little bit too jarring. I would never film a whole video talking this close. Now, if you want to highlight the most important, the one thing that everybody should know after watching the video, this might be great. That this, when you see this kind of angle, you think, I need to pay attention. But if you use this all the time, your brain is like, I need to pay attention. He's not saying anything important. He's still not saying anything important. And then you just get bored and you're like, oh, nothing is important. And so that's why I would use this sort of tight angle very sparingly. But 35mm is the furthest or the tightest lens that I would use, which means I'm further from the camera. After that, I think it just starts to feel way too distant. So let's go to 50mm and see what that looks like. All right, so this is a 50mm, same f2.8. And you can tell what I mean now. It feels like we are very far from each other. There is little connecting here. It feels more like, I would say, like a corporate video. This is how welcome to the internal video of whatever corporation. This is how they would feel it. It feels very kind of distant, not personal. In some ways, it's more quote unquote cinematic, but I don't think for YouTube, 50 mil I think is too far. It feels like we as the audience are no longer connecting to you. There's just too much distance between me and you. And so like to feel close, now I'm at a foot like I was with the 16 mil where, you know, you can still see everything. Look how close this is. Now we get the sense of like, we're kind of close to each other, but it's just too jarring, too close. And again, you could use it for like 1 or 2, you know, of your most important lines in the video, but do not do this for the whole video. Another thing to notice is the more we zoom in, so going from 16 to 24 to 35 to this 50 mil, the less we're seeing of the background, which is also a storytelling thing. It's gonna affect, you know, if you can't show your whole office or where you're at or the people around, that's gonna decrease your storytelling in a way because you're limiting it. Now, you could make it feel like you might want to make it feel claustrophobic or feel like that tension of like, you know, I want to get out of this box. But in general, I think it's better to be able to show more of your environment. If you get bored of just, you know, looking at me talking, right now there's not much to look at. Whereas in that 16 mil, you can look around in the office, see what's going on, if there's other people around, whatever. It could be interesting. All right, let's do one more example. We're gonna put on an 85 mil. Okay, now we're at an 85 mil and I am far from the camera. This has gotta be like 10 feet or something like that. And it feels like we are so far apart from each other and it feels very distant and we're not connecting at all. Now, again, there might be a time and place for this kind of thing, but the majority of the time you do not want to be using something like an 85 mil on a full frame, especially not on a crop sensor. This is just too far. And look how little we can see of the environment I'm in now. It just feels really boring to me, no connection. And again, this feels very much like a corporate video. Like if I just turn like this, now we're doing like an interview for a corporate video or something. That's what we're used to seeing. This does not feel like YouTube and connecting. To get close, like I can't even do it. I can't get close. So all that to say, there isn't necessarily a right or wrong here. You just want to be aware of what things you're signaling to the audience, because just by your choice in camera lenses and the angle of your camera, you can right away be telling something to your audience. And if that is going against what you're trying to say or what you're trying to convey, that is a bad thing. You know, on Creator Camp, I'm trying to convey the sense of like, we are in the same room, I'm teaching you, I'm helping you. This works great. I would never use that 85 mil and be like, welcome to Creator Camp. Like that just feels so bad to me. I would rather be in the same room. We can't be in the same room. So I'm gonna give you every opportunity to make it feel like we're in the same room as each other. All right, that is this video. Think about what camera lenses and angles you're using, because in the end, storytelling, we all know that's the most important thing. All right, we'll see you later. Bye.